welcome back to our guitar lessons, and it's hard to believe, but we've learned a complete song already from start to finish, and Chloe and Sarah are actually doing pretty well. Who would have thought that just in a few weeks they'd be able to play their first song? I know I'm going kind of quick, so if you need to press pause at any time and get a little more practice, feel free to do that. But I thought as we finish out this week, let's go ahead and finish the key of G. And so we've already learned 4 chords, and I'm just going to get into a little bit of theory in today's lesson. So don't freak out on me. I'm not going to spend too long there, but we've been talking about chords in relation to the alphabet, and I just want to talk about numbers here for a second, because I know a lot of churches and praise band leaders, sometimes they'll use numbers instead of the chord names, and so they'll say play a 1 chord, and if we're in the key of G, then G is our 1 chord. And then we can just kind of use our fingers. We know that we just use 7 letters of the alphabet in music, so once we get to G, we have to go back around to A. So G, A, B, C would be our 4 chord. C, D would be our 5 chord. And then D, E minor would be our 6 chord. So we've learned 1, 4, 5, and 6. And you'll notice this kind of goes back to traditional theory. So you see those Roman numerals. You're probably not going to see those in your praise band charts, but the capital Roman numerals mean major chord, or the uppercase, and the lowercase Roman numeral means a minor chord. So it kind of sounds sad. And all we're doing is we have a major third, and then we lower that third a half step, and we have that minor chord. Okay, so typically in a major key, the 1, 4, and 5 chords are going to be major chords, and then 6 we already learned was the E minor. That's a minor chord. And today we're going to focus on the 2 chord. Okay, so if G is our 1, we go back around, and A is our 2 chord, but it's going to be a minor chord, that lowercase, and it's going to sound like this. Now I'm actually going to teach you an A minor 7, which I think sounds a little bit cooler and is easier to play as well. And you can kind of interchange those for the most part. So we're going to learn 1 more chord and then apply it to a song today. And so let's just get right into that new chord, okay? So it kind of takes its basis from our baby chords that we learned back in our first week. So our pointer finger, first finger, is going to be on the B string on the first, B string on the first fret, excuse me. Yep. So that was our cheater C, our baby C, remember? And now we're going to add 1 more finger to that. So our middle finger, our second finger, is going to be on the D string on the 2nd fret. Okay? So if you can see that well. But our middle finger is going to be on the D string 2nd fret. So we're just touching 2 strings. And finally, for once, our ring finger and our pinky can rest. They don't touch anything. They just kind of hover above. Now, I have seen some students, for whatever reason, when they're not using those fingers, put them behind the neck, but it's just not very practical because you're going to need those eventually. And so you want them to have easy access for the next chord they're going to put down. So keep them just hovering above that, just like you would with your cornet valves. You don't want to get them too far away, right? Okay, so that's our A minor 7 chord, and we're going to strum from the A string down. So we don't play this top E string, but those strings there. Okay, so practice that, and again, you might just want to strum each string to make sure that they're ringing and you're getting that C shape, that egg shape, playing with the very tips of your fingers, okay? So let's go ahead and get into our song so that we can put this A minor 7 into context. So we're going to start with our C, remember kind of our cheater C, or C add 9 as it's called. And we play that for 4 counts, and then we come to this A minor 7, okay? So just look at my fingers where they are. You guys know this chord. And these 2 fingers, your pointer and your middle finger, 1 and 2, they're going to keep this same kind of shape, but they're going to shift. They're both going to go down a fret and down a couple strings, right? So when we go to that A minor 7, our pointer finger is going to jump to the B string 1st fret, and then our middle finger is going to be on the D string 2nd fret, okay? So you kind of see it's keeping that same general shape. It's not the worst change, but but it is going to take some getting used to. So let's do play 8 and rest 4 between these chords. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, play 8 C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rest. Find A minor 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Stop right there, and let's just strum each one of those strings to make sure that we got our fingers in the right place. Now, the cool part about this song is you'll see there's a G/D. And we haven't talked a lot about the slash chords. Essentially, you play the chord name to the left. So the G, you would play a G chord, but then you want to try to put a D in the bass. Now, to be honest, if you have a bass guitar player or a keyboard player, they can play the bass note, and you can just really focus on the chord to the left. But it might be a little easier for you today to try the G/D. We did talk about how the A minor kind of starts out as your baby C chord, right? And so actually the G/D, the G over D, is your baby G chord. All right, so I kind of already taught you this in the first week, but we have the D in the bass, and then we have an open G string, open B string, and you know a G chord is G, B, and D. So that's our chord, and then we just put down the ring finger on the 3rd fret on that E to give you another G. So you have 2 Gs, you have the D and the B, okay? Now we're at the chorus, which says, holy, there is no one like, on the A minor, there is no, baby G, open up, E minor, highs and wonder. Okay, so yeah, just 4 counts each chord. Let's go ahead and do play 4, rest 4 on this song. 2 on the C and play. 1, 2, 3, 4, rest A minor 7, ready and play. Minor, rest, baby G. Here we go, and finally E minor. That might be the hardest thing to find in this song. All right, go back to C. Okay, a quick switch there to C. Then our new chord, A minor. Ready and play. Baby G.
Yeah.
2. Ready and E minor. 2. Ready and. So that's the progression of our chorus for Build My Life. I will say, if you are using the baby G, just be sure you're only strumming those bottom 4 strings. If you're strumming the E or the A, it's going to sound real muddy because those aren't part of the chord. So be sure you're just strumming the bottom 4 strings. All right, well, that's our lesson today, learning the A minor 7. Go back over it if you need to, press pause, but we hope you're enjoying this, and you've pretty much learned all the chords we need to know for the key of G. Next week, we'll be going on to a new key, so we look forward to seeing you then, and let's see how Chloe and Sarah do with this lesson, but God bless you, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. You want to try it again?
Sure.
Okay.
It's difficult to switch.
It is so difficult. I know, especially, I mean, for some reason, for me, the E minor is the hardest one.
Yeah.
Like getting to it.
Yes.
Anyway. Okay, chorus. Ready? Holy C, A minor, there is this time you open up my eyes in wonder and show me who you are and fill me with your heart and lead me in your love to those Cool.
Yeah. Man.
Well, as per usual, thank you for joining the adventures of Chloe and Sarah.
Yay! Thanks for watching.